Hello, Jörg. Third day in a row, seeing each other. We can continue for the next few days as well, yeah?
Yes, for sure. For sure.
We're already a great team. Very, very nice always speaking to you, and especially to understand the really broad service offering here at SIKORA. Maybe you can first repeat again for the new visitors that has joined us what SIKORA is offering, but also whether SIKORA is really able to provide all the services all around the world.
I will do so.
Yeah.
So, for us as SIKORA, our responsibility will not end with the delivery of the device. So the partnership with our customer will start at that point. And so, for this reason, we are offering a wide range of different services that start with spare parts, internal repairs, external repairs on customer side. We will doing commissionings of our devices on site. For sure, the support is a quite important thing. And maintenance and calibration services is something that we offer to our customer, followed by trainings in our office in Germany, in our plant in Germany with special training devices. We are doing refurbishment of older devices, and we have the Smart Assistance Manager, which makes our life easier in case of support and communication with customer.
Yeah, before a deep dive into the Smart Assist Manager, so are you really able to provide all the services, really a lot, on a global scope?
For sure. We have worldwide subsidiaries with trained engineers all over the world. So we will see this here on the screen now.
Yeah, actually very impressive, because SIKORA has 14 subsidiaries really spread all over the world, and we have almost spoken to all of them so far, also during our show. But what are exactly the channels that a customer can reach out to you if service is required?
So we have the normal channels. So our customer can reach us by telephone, by email. So we are available everywhere in the world all the time. So we are offering this free telephone and email support, which is free of charge, either from our colleagues in Bremen or from our colleagues around the world. All the colleagues around the world are trained in Bremen, so they know everything of the devices, and they know for sure the production processes on site. That's the same as a colleague from Bremen. There's no difference between them. And we know also the production processes on site. This is quite important, because we know how our devices work is one thing, but to know how it will be integrated in customer's line is the other thing, and our engineers know both. But this classic support by telephone and email, it reached very fast its limit. And you have problems like language, you have problems like bad connections on email, and sending data back and forward by email or by phone is very time consuming for support. And caused by misunderstandings or by wrong diagnosis, in the worst case, we sent the wrong spare parts to the customer and couldn't solve the problem.
And then you will lead to time delay and cost increasing. We want to avoid that. So how to avoid this kind of misunderstandings? Are there any solutions to that?
Yeah, the best way to make a good service or to make a good diagnosis is a direct access to our devices via remote access by the internet. So most of our devices are equipped with a diagnosis port, and via this diagnosis port we can see a lot of information about the device by remote access, and remote access makes it much more efficient and reliable. And we can really transmit all the data in real time. That makes it much easier for us to make a good diagnosis, and the time-consuming sending of information is not longer necessary.
But is the problem solved then? I mean, I still think our Smart Assistant Manager will offer some additional value. How to see the value here?
Yeah, very often we have the problem that we couldn't make the remote access because of restrictions on customers' network or the availability of the network itself. So it makes it hard to make remote access, or the customer will not allow us to enter their network.
Okay.
And so we were looking for another solution to make remote access on an easier way.
So how does the Smart Assistant Manager obviously seems to be a solution for that. How does it work exactly now? We have spoken so much about it. Please show us.
Yeah, the Smart Assistant Manager is this 13.3-inch rough tablet. It is really made for the harsh environment on customer side. We have to establish the communication in integrated LTE module. So we were absolutely independent from the customer's network and can support the customer on this way.
So anything you can show us after all the theory now?
Yeah, we prepared a little demonstration.
Great.
So I think we can go to the device and I can show you directly.
Yes, sure. My favorite part.
We go to this device.
Okay.
So we have prepared a scenario where I'm a customer. I have a brand new laser devices of SIKORA, and I integrate this device already into the line.
Okay.
I made all the customer configuration, and now I want to be sure that everything is working. And so I fixed the schedule with our engineer in Bremen or in our subsidiaries to make a TeamViewer session with the Smart Assistance Manager to get all the informations checked so that I can be sure that the device is working fine.
Yeah,
I need my glasses because I'm now in an age where glasses becomes more and more important.
Please do that.
Sure.
Yeah, and for this scenario, we have another colleague joining us. It's Marvin Karmeyer over there. Thanks so much for your support.
Good morning.
So let's have a check.
So I connect now the Smart Assistance Manager with the adapter directly to the diagnosis port of the device, so I hope that the camera can catch it. So as a customer, I just have to say, okay, I'm ready, and then everything will be done in remote from Bremen.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
What happens now?
I will connect now to the Service Assistant Manager.
So my colleague is now making the connections via the TeamViewer. And now everything happens here in remote. So he will start now the diagnosis software of the device, and he can check with the diagnosis software now all parameters of the device. So we could see now that he checked the video signal of the laser to see whether there are maybe dirt or something like else will be on the screen, so to clean it. And then
where to get the software, as you just mentioned, the diagnosis software?
The diagnosis software is a part which is pre-installed already on the Smart Assistance Manager.
Okay.
So all the software which is necessary is ready to use. So if the customer got the device, he can use it.
Perfect.
Yeah, now my colleague is checking here the parameters. If something is wrong, he can really react online in real time to check all the values. And so remote access is a nice thing, but we are still not on site. So
yeah, but you please tell me who came up with this great idea. I mean, was it a customer thing, feedback, because you?
No, it came from the server itself, because we figured out very often it becomes more and more important to make remote access, but due to all the restrictions that we have with the network, we have to look for another solution. And now my colleague starts the live video chat, because we can make a live video chat with our colleagues, and so I hope that we could catch it, because now I can really show in real time the installation of the device. I can show
with the camera
with the camera in front,
Yes.
so we can interact with the customer. We can really show them what's going on.
The on-site
situation.
We can
check everything. It is like to have a virtual field engineer on site.
Yes, wow. Okay, yeah, great. This is,
so
if camera integrated.
If Marvin now checked everything,
How is the situation, Marvin? Is everything fine?
Yeah, the configuration is looking good, and you can run the device in production.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Marvin, for checking. This is a really powerful tool, and you mentioned before that this is a tablet. So can I also maybe do some notes and just use it as a normal tablet as well?
Yes,
for my
it is a
daily
Windows
work?
tablet. It's
Okay.
a normal Windows tablet working with Windows 10 IoT, so the latest operation system.
Okay.
And our customer can use this tablet as well for other applications. So there is enough space left on the hard disk.
Yes.
So he can easily install software from a line supplier, from other component supplier, and so on this tablet to use it as a multifunctional device, not only for SIKORA, but also for other applications.
And what about maybe limitations in terms of devices? Can this the Smart Assist Manager be connected for all SIKORA devices of all generations?
Yeah, we can connect it to almost all SIKORA devices. So we start with devices with a diagnosis port about in the year 2000. So even if the customer has a 20 years old device, he can use the Smart Assistance Manager for service this device.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed. I mean, this is the perfect Corona innovation as well, even though I think it was not meant to be, but or was it developed during Corona or before?
No, it was developed about 4 years ago.
Okay, yeah.
But now, during Corona times, it's a perfect device because we can't travel, we can't be on site in many countries.
Yes.
And this is now a perfect device to support our customer in that way.
Difficult times.
Yeah.
Great, Jörg, thank you so much. We will definitely discover more about the service later on in a Q&A session. Hello, Jörg. Same procedure as every day.
Yeah.
You're already very used to it.
Common procedure.
Yes, absolutely. I will miss that tomorrow probably if I wake up. Like, yeah, if I have another question, I will call you. Yeah. Great. Let's start right away.
For sure.
Usually we have a lot of questions to go. So the first one is, what does the remote access cost?
Good question, for sure. For the remote access, we have a fixed rate. That means we will not invoice each remote access to our customer. We have an annual flat rate where the customer gets unlimited remote accesses for a fixed price, so all the costs are clear. And for customer joining our maintenance and calibration program, we grant a discount of 100% for the remote access because we expect less problems, less remote accesses if our devices are regularly checked by our engineers.
Okay, yeah, great, makes sense. That's a great offer. Yeah, then let's move on. Is remote access possible even without the SAM?
Once again, a yes. Remote access is for sure possible without the SAM, but in this case, the customer is really responsible to establish the TeamViewer session to get remote access. And in case that we have no SAM, we can't make a live video chat. So both benefits are not longer given, and so we recommend definitely to use the SAM for this.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we've seen before, I think, the scenario that you really have this integrated camera, and I think you will also save a lot of time because you can do the analysis more precise, more accurate, and I think you should do this investment, right? I mean, it's the tablet thing. It's not a huge upfront investment needed.
No.
Yeah, so yes, but please go for the easier one, easier solution. We would suggest at least. The next question is. We had the cost, we already had that. Is the support via remote access available everywhere? I mean,
One more yes.
One more yes.
One more yes, as usual. Remote access is everywhere possible where we have an internet connection.
Yes.
No matter whether our engineer who makes the support is located in China, in India, in the US, or somewhere else in the world, the only thing we need is an internet connection, and with the internet connection we can direct support our customer on site via the Smart Assistance Manager.
But I thought that the Smart Assist Manager comes with an integrated internet connection, so it's independent from the company network,
right? From the company network, we are absolutely independent.
Yes.
It was due to the restrictions that we found in the last years to enter the customer's network, which is absolutely understandable. Our goal was to develop a device which is independent from the customer's network, and with the integrated LTE module, we are on that way, independent from the network.
Yes. Yes, perfect. So everything covered. If we have 2 production sites in the same area, do we need one SAM on each site, or can we share the device?
What do you expect?
Yes. Yes.
It is a yes. It is a yes, because we have a lot of customers. They have production sites very close together, but the same customer, and they can for sure share the Smart Assistance Manager for both production sites. It's absolutely no problem, so they don't need 2 devices in the same town and in the same city.
Absolutely.
They can share it, and that's it.
Yes. That's it, yeah, yes. Okay, let's move on. Further advantages of the SAM. I think there are
we have a lot of further advantages for the customer. It is not only...
How much time do you have?
It depends a little bit. So it is not only that we have the remote access, or we can use the SAM in case of troubleshooting or checking configurations. The SAM could be used in the daily work of the customer, because the customer can use the device before they start an important production. He takes the SAM, opens the diagnosis software, and then he went from one device to the other one, just plug it in, look on this diagnosis whether everything is fine. That takes only a few minutes for the complete line, and then our customer could be sure that all devices are in a good condition. They can start the production and without any sudden breakdown of a device or whatever, so they can be sure that everything is fine. And another thing is, if I have enough time for that,
I think so.
another thing is that our customer can use the SAM also for other applications, which I show you. The Windows 10 system allows the customer to install software from other line supplier, from whatever they need to use the device, not only for SIKORA but also for other applications as a multifunctional device. And with this rough tablet, they can do a lot. I had a customer, they connected different plants to each other to make live video chat to each other to share experience. So yeah, that's a good device for that.
Yes, I think this is really powerful, and I also appreciate that SIKORA is really open the offering to integrate different softwares and systems to have the customer to have the biggest value as possible. Because I mean, if we know it from other technological devices in other in the B2C market, where I think this is not always a standard that you provide your offering also to other systems to have them integrated, right? So this is you're really thinking from the customer's perspective.
Right.
And this is really unique about SIKORA, I would say. Okay, then let's move on with the next question. Which accessories are available? Maybe they're thinking about what? What
we
would you
have
say?
a few. We have on one hand we have for sure a transportation box where the SAM could be on a safe place.
Okay.
We have a 3-point belt. This is quite important because you can put the 3-point belt to the Smart Assistance Manager. Then you will have it in front of you, and you have your hands free to open screws, to do measurements, and so on. This is
interesting.
one thing. And for sure, we're offering a spare battery set, rechargeable battery set. With a normal battery set, we have integrated, we have a time of about 4 hours. And if the customer needs more, they can either purchase additional batteries, or they can run the system in AC power.
Okay, that is what interests me, because I never work on a plant, obviously. So I was thinking like accessories. So I was thinking about beautiful iPad cover or something, because all the SIKORA devices are looking so nice and so well shaped, and it's really also a beautiful device that you are having here. Okay, then our next question is. I think there was a Nigeria question that I wanted. A Nigeria question from a customer. What is SIKORA's plan to have technical assistance in Nigeria, West Africa?
That's a good question. It's not my part, I think, more or less, but I can answer for sure. I'm not sure whether we have planned to have technical assistance located in West Africa, but we can for sure make support in West Africa via the SAM as well. So it's not a problem with this device, because our engineer could be everywhere in the world virtually by the Smart Assistance Manager.
Yes, great. Yeah, we had it before. It's a global coverage. All right. Our next question is: a SAM support service has to be scheduled earlier, or emergency support can be handled? Yes.
Both.
Maybe.
We can make both for
Yes.
sure. If the customer has an emergency need for a smart assistance manager session, we will be ready for this for sure in all the cases, either from Bremen or from our subsidiaries, because then we can cover all the time zones worldwide. And so no customer will stay alone, no matter whether it is scheduled or whether it is an emergency issue.
What can I ask so that there's a no coming out of you? I mean, it's really repetitive here on stage.
if we will see somewhere a no on the horizon, so we will do everything to turn this no into a big fat yes. That's the SIKORA spirit, and that's why we are so successful.
Yeah. Absolutely, I agree. I fully agree and believe what you are saying here, based on my knowledge, what I've seen so far, and in this company, really impressive. Thank you so much, Jörg, for this 3-day contribution. It was a pleasure speaking to you and having you here on stage.
Pleasure for me as well. Thank you.
Thanks, Jörg.